especially if you know they're stacking the right supports together. I mean, like, because when somebody says use the word synergy and they're using strong ass support like that, you don't even have to have synergy, bro. I mean, everything works at that point. I
Yeah,
mean, like
everything
literally,
just works. Nothing doesn't
lit,
work.
yeah, literally with connections, like literal, you can get fucked up by everything. You can get hit by anything, get crumbled by almost anything. It's wild. If there's anything that connects, is everything except for the internet connection, bro. Now that's the disconnect right there,
Oh
bro.
man, that's so true. The netcode and the stability online. Connections, it's really hard to connect in connections online, that's for sure. And that brings me to the competitive, right? Like, what is the point in having a matchmaking system
Ugh.
when you go online, okay, cool, they've matched you up with someone that is around your skill level, but it takes turns and picks favorites. Any one of you could get the good connection over the other, and most people aren't even aware that that happens. Like, actually, a lot of people are wising up to it. They will say, that's fake, that's so phony, I didn't do that, what happened to my input? But then
Right.
it registers at some level, but it doesn't go all the way down in there that they really realize what's happening. Because no one wants to believe that they're wasting their time, right? No one wants to believe that they didn't win. When the other person lags and I don't, it's like an easy
Right.
win. Same thing for you or for me. It's an easy win because they
Yeah.
can't even fight back.
One thing
How's
about
that competitive?
And that's always been a problem with the Storm games. It was always bad. Like you just hope that you don't get a really shitty connection because the moment that you do, it's like everything isn't going to register properly. And I mean, all you gotta do is sit there. All right, play local, and then play online, and you just
It
feel the difference
it's a completely different
oftentimes.
game. You're not playing the same game.
Yeah,
You
it's
really aren't.
very different.
It's very different.
I mean, and I'm sitting here like, okay, that felt natural, but when I go online, it's like, ugh, like what the hell's going on? I know I was like that quite a bit after the when the patch first came out. I'm like, what the hell's going on? This was like, I can't even jump cancel properly like I did before the patch, and
So
I'm
you
like,
noticed
holy
that too.
shit.
You noticed that just before the this latest patch in 2024,
Yeah,
it was for a time the connection was actually pretty good. But then they patched the game, quote unquote, and then the online became even more unstable. That's what I
it just
noticed. I
got
don't know if you
weird.
noticed that. I noticed that, but I don't know if you noticed that. Isn't that weird?
From time to time it is because I was like, wait, I was able to do this like one infinite with heavy Sasuke like the back of my hand. Now it's like, what the f happened here? Then there've been strange glitches going on to where like someone would have a totally different team than what was displayed on the before you both
Oh yeah,
accept the
when you
battle.
both meet each other and it says the verses or whatever, and then like
Yeah, it's like
it's a
what?
completely different team.
Yeah, I was like, the hell is this? I'm like, what? This is like, what caused that?
You know what was really bad is I think they fixed it, but they before the patch there was a glitch where it would change your controls to random buttons. So Chakra Dash would be
Hmm.
like freaking like I don't even know,
Oh,
circle or L1 or
what
R1
the
or
hell?
it was weird. Some
Yeah, that don't make any sense. I don't get that at all.
yeah, I made a video on that and luckily I think they fixed it. And that's the other thing is we don't really we don't really give them credit for doing the good things and we're never really satisfied. So
Yeah, not gonna lie on that one.
and I feel like yeah, right? And I feel like if I was them, I probably wouldn't want to keep trying to fix the game either if no one appreciated what we did, right? Because the numbers are
Yeah.
really, really down in connections. Not a lot of people play the game compared to some of the other past Storm games. I don't think it'll always be that way, but what do you think
Yeah.
about that? I mean, if it was your job to do something, right, and okay, you did it, But then it wasn't. People were telling you it wasn't as good as it should have been, and then you spend a few months trying to make it better, and then they tell you again, well, I'm still not happy. What would you do at that point, or what would you think at that point?
All right, this is going to be a weird way of answering that question because at the end of the day, um, it's not as much as I would love to have a definite answer to that.
Yeah,
It's not as
simple as that.
clear as It's
You
not
can
that
answer any way
simple.
you want. There's no
Do
problem. Yeah.
okay, okay. Due to the fact that the publishers has more say over whether it needs a patch or not, I look at it like this. Like it doesn't matter what the devs think at this point. It's like the wrong. It doesn't matter what the devs think because at the end of the day, it's the publishers that's going to say patch that shit or just let it be because the publishers is the one that has the pull
So you're
and
saying
they're the
Bandai
ones that's going.
Namco is really the one that says we need to do this or don't, and then the
Yes,
publishers kind of just do what they say.
yeah. If they
So like
feel
CC2
that they can,
CyberConnect 2 would just if they say don't spend any more money on this game, then the develop like CyberConnect 2 will then say, okay, fine. But if Bandai says, hey, this is not acceptable, we need to keep going at it, and this is what the
yeah.
issues are, then they'll be like, okay, we'll deal with it. CC2 will
Yeah,
deal with it.
Cause Bandai is the ones that's looking at all of this, and they're like, okay, will we get a profit from this if we was to have CyberConnect 2 try to do whatever it is that everybody wants them to do? If they feel they're gonna make a profit, they're gonna be like, okay, patch it. If they don't feel like it's worth the effort, they're not going to give them the green light because the publishers are the ones that's going to give CyberConnect to the resources to actually go out and do these things.
That actually makes
So
sense.
yeah, so at this point in the game, I almost feel like okay, once they're done with these balance changes and all this stuff they said they was going to be doing over the course of the year since they're not done with the season pass or whatnot. Once that is done, it's probably GG's after that.
Yeah, that's what
Once
I was
they,
thinking too. Is basically we can probably hope to have more balance changes, like for until maybe the last character, right? And what do we have? Like
right.
three more characters or something like that? Two or three more
I
characters?
think so. I think so.
There's
I
a few
haven't been
more
keeping
characters
up with
coming
that.
apparently, right? But we got
Yeah.
Hagoromo, we got Ishiki, right?
Right.
And I hear Kurenai's around the corner and maybe some other people. So
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's up in the air. The only thing you can hope for at this point is we see what kind of changes they make over, and if those changes is actually worth it or not. I mean, like, because you're always going to have to deal with these issues because the honeymoon period has been gone a long time ago. So now it's like everyone's just hoping that whatever balance changes they make helps, you know, fix the things that's broken. Because I mean, for me right now, I'm more concerned about what they're doing with the damn customs, man. Because that shit's still garbage right now.
oh, it's still bad. I mean, you can only have two people in a lobby. Anytime I put three people or more in a lobby, it crashes. So it's literally making it so that we cannot, have these group endlesses, which is a big part of the community, right? Not just competitively, but also for people just looking to enjoy the game, either
And
casually
not,
or
yeah,
competitively, but socially.
yes,
If you don't have a social element to your game in 2024, right? Anytime
it
in
hurts.
2020s and beyond, especially with what happened with all those bad situations a couple years ago, I'm not going to say what it is. I don't want to get
Yeah,
flagged or demonetized, but you know what I'm saying, where people had to be inside.
yeah.
I mean,
Hmm.
that could happen again, right? And people, it's just a different world where people need that level of socializing, especially if they're going to be gaming.